What else am I going to do at carpool? Might as well talk about some radon. Radon is a tasteless, odorless, and colorless gas that naturally occurs from the earth. And the EPA says that it is the second leading cause of lung cancer is radon gases in the United States. So it's a big health risk, a big health issue. In our market, from what I remember and what I see, didn't really start testing for it or understanding it as much until about 2016, 2017. Now pretty much every home inspection has a radon inspection. The issue is the EPA also suggests that to get a true or more accurate reading, you should monitor for about 6 months. That's not realistic in a real estate transaction, and so what the inspectors do is they test for 2 days. So let's say the reading comes in low. That doesn't necessarily mean that the actual radon levels are low. Same the other way. If the rating or the levels come in high, it doesn't necessarily mean that the level is high. But we're just restricted on how long we can monitor within a real estate transaction. So what I suggest doing is purchasing, it's about 75 to 150 bucks, a radon monitor. This is something you put in the house to just monitor your radon, just like a carbon monoxide detector or smoke detector type of thing. This is something similar to that, that would tell you what your radon levels are at. So let's say you have a radon mitigation system in your house. There's no monitoring of that. The valve that's on the pipe is controlling the airflow, essentially, is what that valve is showing you what the airflow is like. So you should get one of these systems, one of these monitoring systems, just for, so you know. And there's so many things that can affect radon, and radon can change over time. Insulation, new doors, new windows. If you're closing up gaps in your house, there's less air that can escape, which can cause the radon level to go up. If you're on a crawl space or a basement or a slab, that all affects what the radon levels are. Also, is it raining outside, sunny outside, windy, cloudy, etc.? There's so many different variables that go into it. So, get you one of those radon monitoring systems so that you can see, and then give it 3 months, 6 months, see what the levels are at. If the levels are high, you should consider getting a radon mitigation system because, again, the EPA says that it's the second leading cause of lung cancer. Now, they do compare it to smoking cigarettes because it is something that you have to inhale a bunch over time and at high levels. But the normal levels of radon is about 1.2, 1.3. I forget exactly what the metric is, but that's the number. And then once it gets to above 2, there's a suggestion of mitigation. Once it gets above 4, it's saying, hey, you should mitigate. I've seen levels as high as 70 before. And there are certain areas that have higher levels than not. St. Matthews is one of them. Generally has a higher level of radon. So let me know what your thoughts are on that, and I'll put a link in the comment section. I don't get paid for it or whatever, but a link of one of the monitors that I suggest.